propaganda. All we've got is crap. And that's why you are better off just turning the knob. I mean, turn on for these completely criminal corporations that are responsible for this and that are fronting for governments that are pretending to be governments when they're not governments. And it's all this horrible illegal mercenary activity that the corporations are funneling money into. And so the problem here, folks, are the corporations. It's not, how can I put this? It's the corporations that have been allowed to run rampant. They have not been subject to discipline. Their franchises have not been subject to discipline. And so you get these little groups of power brokers, private power brokers, that are entrusted with performing public functions. And that's crazy. That's no way to run any kind of public government at all. But for example, we have a board of governors, completely private board of governors, that is running the FBI, the BLM, and numerous other alphabet soup agencies, however they please. And they're faceless, nameless people that nobody ever heard of. I think that I published the national security roster, the members of the National Security Council. And except for one name, I bet none of you ever heard of any of them. And here are all these people from all around the world, people from other countries, sitting in on our National Security Council, determining what we're going to hear and what we're going to do and what recommendations are going to be made about our national security. Pardon me, I've got people called Julio Gonzalez Estevez and Ranjab Singh and Laura Patuli telling me what my national security needs are and what they need to be and how much we need to spend on this. Hello. Our national security should not be a multinational affair. It should not be a business of bringing in foreign consultants and then listening to them, to the exception of listening to our own people. And yet, how many of you are aware that your national security is being run by foreigners? Let's see a show of hands. Didn't know that, did you? The media certainly didn't break the story. We have no media. All we've got is propaganda. All we've got is crap. And that's why you are better off just turning the knob. I mean, turn on the National Weather Station. They might have some decent information. But as for listening to all these media groups, they're not telling us diddly squat poo poo, and they haven't been able to tell us diddly squat since World War I. They've been under a military gag order since World War I.
Yes, I was aware of the gag order for sure, but the fact that there's absolutely nothing, coming from any other channels is disheartening.
Well, there's information out there. There are those knotheads like me. There are those people like Nassim Harriman who bring forward the advances in mathematics and physics. There are people like Bruce Lipton who bring forward the advances in quantum physics. There are people like Billy Carlson who talk about the immensity of the history that's actually recorded on this planet that we never hear about and never talk about. We have people like Greg Braden who are, almost daily busting out information that is, you know, I bet most people first stumbling onto Greg Braden think that he's crazy, but he's actually telling you up to date what's going on in your world, what kinds of science have taken over and expanded our view of not only mankind, but our biology and our nature as electromagnetic beings, if you will, that are part of a gigantic, ever expanding field of electromagnetic energy. I mean, there are things here that need to be explored intellectually, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and we're not even aware enough to talk about them. We are being kept so dumbed down that we can't even begin to deal with the issues of our lives. And there's no excuse for it.